my name is Jill and I am looking for a graphic artist to illustrate the product of this thesis, which is Reprivileging Māori Metaphors to Teach, Heal and Restore Cultural Identity, which is kind of a tongue twister. And the result of that is going to be a book called Waking Up the Gods, which is going to wake up those stories about the Māori gods that no one even really knows that much about. There's a wealth of information and healing in there. So these are going to be part of 2 happiness seminars, Happiness at Work and Happiness at School, but the real target audience are 16 to 24-year-olds who are at high risk of suicide, which we are second in the world for and need to do something about. So what I'm looking for are symbolic images, not the faces of the gods, because I don't think you know what they actually look like, but symbolic images that incorporate quantum physics and other philosophies as well as Māori mythology. So no pressure, it's going to be fun, it'll be very exciting, and it'll be really hip and cool, not kind of old and boring stuff. So I'm going to tell you the first half of the first poem. If it resonates with you, then please do get in touch with me and we can coordinate. Or if you know someone who is a graphic artist and you want to pass this on, that would be awesome. So let's hear the first poem, and hopefully I'll hear from you. Ka kite. In the beginning, part 1. In Te Kore, the parentless parent, Eeyore, existed within this space. Eeyore was without possession nor union in this place, in the void of potential, the space without end. Eeyore was alone with just the night to comprehend. Eeyore's imaginings allowed him to see over eons of time a new world there would be, and the nights of Te Pō began to brew in this place, the twisting of the darkness, the turning of the space, the great night, the long night, the deep dark affair, the intensely black night suspended mid-air, the gloom-laden night and the night to be felt from the night unseen through the black and bout. Eeyore looked in the darkness and thought about light. Te o marama, the natural world within sight. The light, the darkness, the thought, the seed, creating male and female to flourish, to breed. Ranganui and Papatua Nuku of Eeyore came to be, gripped in an embrace of love for all eternity. But Eeyore's creative children were hasty in the night and gripped each other tightly, not curious about the light. And in between their breathing, they quickly created seed, and 70 boys began their lives squashed between them and in need. Ignorant of their children's cries, the greed of their embrace, the boys made plans to see the light that once shone through their space. Papa had no interest in knowing who she could be, and Angi had no need for any other identity. Tūmatuenga said, "Kill them, set us free." Tawhiri said, like the wind, we should just let them be. Then Eeyore looked down and sent his messengers to call. Bring, 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 upon Tane Mahuta, to whom knowledge would fall. Eeyore placed within his hands the sacred 3 keti, Rahutai and Hukatia, stones to set that knowledge free. Tane returned from Eeyore and said, no killing will take place. We'll separate our parents to see the light, to feel the space. The boys tried to sever their parents one by one, trying to push their folks apart, but breathless they were done. Tongaroa of the lakes and seas pushed with all his might. Tūmatuenga, god of war, tried well into the night. Homie Tiki Tiki of fern roots was too weak, and Ongamatani of Coma pushed till he could hardly speak. From inside Papa's belly, Ruamoko heard the noise of the pressing and the pushing of these 70 little boys. Then Tane lay down with his back against his mother and positioned his arms and legs amidst the silence of every brother, and pushed with all his might against his father's form until the space began to break and the light entered of dawn.